it's Jen, Bitch in a Hurry, Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising for the full moon in Cancer on December 22nd, 2018. Well, that was very interesting. But one of the cards did flip up right, so we will take that one. Anyway, this is the home sign of the moon. So you are coming to the end of a whole solar cycle and a year of learning and hard lessons, tough stuff. It wasn't like a catastrophically bad year, but it was a hard year. Just a lot of work and a lot of things we learned that we didn't necessarily want to learn. Now, the exciting thing is this is the gateway to Capricorn season, so exciting for some, not for others, but Sagittarian season was, elves and holly and dreams and things like that, where Capricorn season kind of calls you out, like out onto the carpet, like, okay, well, what are you going to do now? You've postulated and chitty-chatted and formulated and schemed, so what are you going to do now? The awesome thing about this, though, is that extreme progress is really possible at this time. So even though you may feel a little bit like put on the spot, this is the time where, like they say, success doesn't come from your comfort zone. I think this is a very accurate description of this time. And you may feel a little weird, but it's time. It's time for you to do those things that you love. Starting out your reading, Cancer, we have the Eight of Cups. This is obviously something very emotional. You guys are a water sign, emotional, and you see here all these other cups that are in the background, that are being left behind. She's got this one cup in front of her happiness, her fulfillment. This is something that you really want. But in order for you to be able to concentrate on this thing that you really want, this stuff has to be left behind. And like I always say, this could be like anger and hatred, jealousy, rage, whatever this stuff is, you got to leave it. Just leave it in the background and focus really strongly on what you want. Just go right for that thing that you want. And you may not even feel like you know what you want, and that's okay. We have here the Hermit. Take a little bit of time away and really determine what do I want? And you know what? You'll know, because look at, you get this light right here, this light inside of you. This light comes from him. No one's giving him this light. No one's bringing it to him. He's not getting it from anywhere. This light is inside of you. You know exactly what you want. You just might be a little freaked out by it, or you may be a little bit like, well, I don't know if I can have it. I'm not sure. Take some time away so that you know where to focus these efforts and really where you're headed. Take some time away and decide where you're headed, and then go that way. Like, you've made the decisions, you've done the things, go that way. You have the Six of Wands. This tells me that when you do make the decision to head in the direction of your true passion, of the thing that you really want, you will be victorious. You have the Six of Wands here with the laurel wreath. This is a victory. This is a major victory also. This isn't just like a little small victory. It's a major victory. So really, really enjoy this, because it's coming. This victory is coming, but you've got to be true to yourself. That's the one thing that I keep hearing is I can barely breathe. Did you notice I'm like, I feel like I can't get enough air in. This is emotionally very heavy. You've got to be true to yourself so that you can live this next phase of your life. And if you are not true to yourself, you will not be able to have that happen. So that being said, we have the Two of Wands here. I want you to appreciate the small victories that you make on the way to this big victory, okay? This is a big victory. This is the war, and these are the battles. So on the way to this larger victory, please appreciate the little small victories that you have, okay? Because you're going to have small victories. They may not be huge, but they're going to be little victories along the way. Don't gloss over them like they don't matter. They really matter, and they will support you through your journey. And I say this because you have the Nine of Cups. So you have the Eight of Cups here, right? She's going after this one thing that she really, really, really wants. And then look at, you get to the Nine of Cups, going toward this one thing that you really want. There's a bunch of this stuff that you really want. It's like it almost multiplies itself infinitely because you focused on that. And, the law of attraction says what you focus on, you bring to you. So, you can see how focused she is right here. She sees nothing but that one cup she's headed for. And then, because of that hard focus, you're able to put yourself in a place with more of the things that you focused on, bringing yourself joy. So, like, that's a really good thing. So please, take the time for yourself. Take the time away here and focus on the things that bring you joy. Next, we've got the Queen of Wands. She does not give one royal rip what anybody thinks of her. And that's part of your starting and stopping and starting and stopping with this, is that you're like, what will people think? I don't know. And I mean, we all say, oh, I don't care what anybody thinks. Well, guess what? You do. I have people that think that my reading tarot cards is absolutely insane and that I'm crazy. But you know what? I don't care. But it's taken me, I have a Cancer moon, so I'm with you guys. I have a Cancer moon. Hello. But there is that little bit of like, I don't want people to think I'm nuts. But then I think, who cares? My God, you're only on this earth so long. I'm going to be 48. Who cares if people think I'm nuts? I don't care. I want to do what makes me happy. This makes me happy. I love what I do. I love being able to help people. So be like the Queen of Wands. Do your own thing. Do the thing. Do this thing that makes you happy. Do that thing. Whatever that thing is, do that thing that makes you happy. And do not care what anyone thinks, because look at him. He's super happy. He's surrounded by all this stuff that brings him joy. So you keep doing that. You do the thing that makes you happy. And then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is a message. It's a message that comes in. It's an intellectual message. It's a practical message. So you may need, you don't want to have your head up in the clouds. I get that. Too emotional, whatever. Meter out the emotional responses that maybe you have to some people. Maybe you have people, like I say, who think you're nuts. Okay, you know what you say to them? I see your perspective. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. I appreciate that. I'll think about it. Page of Pentacles. Have a response ready for the people who think you're nuts and the people that feel like they need to share that with you. Have a practical message and a practical response ready. Thank you for your input. I'm really going to think about that. I appreciate that you took the time to tell me that. Thank you. No matter what you're thinking inside. Because you know what? People, if they do take the time to tell you something, you should think about it. Doesn't mean you have to do what they say, but they took the time. For whatever reason, their motive isn't important. Just remember, you will get these messages and you can share the same kind of message back. Always encouraging. Then you have the Nine of Wands. See, I still feel like I can't breathe. Okay, this is definitely for you guys, because what comes after the Nine of Wands? The Ten of Wands, right? Where you're overburdened. You know the card, the guy's like all hunched over. He's got this whole pack of sticks on his back. Or in the Shadowscape deck, it's a woman who's bent over with a whole like city on her back. The Nine of Wands is a lot of action, a lot happening, a lot going on, and it's also about observation. Where am I right now? What is my progress like? Do I need to pick up anything else? Because the next thing you pick up, one more rod gets you where? To the Ten of Rods. Overburdened, stressed, exhausted, spread too thin. So in your pursuit of doing all these things and winning all these battles and winning the war and fighting the battles and all the stuff you're doing, don't pick up things that do not belong to you. You do not need to be at a point of the Ten of Wands where you're carrying stuff that is not for you. Now you have the Nine of Pentacles, which tells me that you're going to make some progress toward your goals, and it will affect your practical life as well, but in a very good way. Like, you're going to be able to do some of the things you really want to do, and you'll be able to bring this, whatever this thing is, into your practical life and make it part of your life in a really satisfying and fulfilling part of your life. And my Cancer is very emotional. I have a Cancer moon, like I said, so I get it. The last card we have is the High Priestess. You have fantastic intuition, and you know exactly what you're doing. You may need to uncover it, because you may dismiss your intuition frequently, like, doesn't matter, don't care, that's stupid, I'm not doing that. Get away for a minute with this Hermit card. Take the advice of the Hermit card. Get away a little bit, look at everything, really look at your intuition, maybe even get a notepad and just start writing some things down, just until you are tired of writing, and then read over the stuff that you've written. That's your intuition. Let that guide you toward what it is, this thing that you're going for, this thing you're working on, this thing that is really important to you. I'll be very interested to hear what it is, okay? So you guys do that, and I will talk to you very soon.